Giving Tuesday is a global effort that encourages people to do good.
Go to loveshriners.org.
This year, please support Shriners Children.
Go to loveshriners.org. Thank you.
This is Sid and Friends in the morning.
But you say he's just a friend.
Oh, you're my best friend.
77 WABC.
I got a picture of a photograph of a wedding in a shell. It's just a burning ancient memory. I never kiss and tell. So tell me loving, loving, there's a hole in your head, there's a hole in your
I'm like all
head.
freaked out because I think I've done what I do every year. I am my own worst enemy. I do it every year. I still, at the tender age of almost 58, I have the same problem I had when I was 15. And that is, for some reason, I don't know why, I have a tremendous amount of difficulty saying, excuse me.
Yeah, not that. Whoa.
Fine, I'm old. Saying no. For some reason, I don't know why. Now, I'm getting better. And you guys noticed this morning that faced with something I'm not thrilled about, I'm not afraid to speak up, regardless of what the repercussions may be. I don't care. I've earned that in this business. I've earned it. No one gave it to me. I earned it. But, earned it, I should say. But I don't say no. And I'm looking at my calendar. And on one day this month, I think December 11th, I'm going to 3 Christmas parties in 3 different places at the same exact time.
Well, that's impossible.
That's right. You're no dummy, Bill. You are no dummy. That is physically impossible.
Yeah.
3, December 11th at the same exact time.
Well, you're going to have to figure out who's going to be the most upset about your absence.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
It's not the only day of the month I've done that. That's the beauty of this. If it was just one day, that's bad enough. I believe I'm up to 3 days this month. When I've said yes to multiple parties in different places at the same time. My wife always says to me, you got to start saying no. Just say, and I do say no. You know, when I lived in the city, for example, I went to everything in the city. Now that I live in Queens, I say no. I do. But I need to say no even more. So remind me, Alec.
Okay.
Just say no.
That's you, Justin. Tell him that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Nancy
I have the same
Reagan.
problem.
Would she say, Nancy Reagan, just say no?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, man, I love saying it.
I know. I got to get better at it. Like Kevin, like the program director, Kevin Drosch, will often send me emails about what I have to do the next day, and I just say no.
Yeah, those are my
I don't mean it, but I say no, you know.
Those are my favorite replies.
Yeah, no.
No.
Tomorrow, can you go, no.
No.
Stop annoying me. Please, I'm begging you, stop annoying me.
You should do it.
I mean, the fact that they even got you
There's
to
Joe,
answer
he's
an
smiling,
email.
he knows. But he has to know that when I say no, of course I'm going to do it because I like Kevin. And I don't want to get him into any trouble, you know.
Well, work is kind of a different animal when you're getting a work request.
Right.
I still say no to that.
No, okay. I could see evidence to the contrary.
No,
I got to tell you.
What do you mean? There's been stuff that's happened when, you know, they award shows and stuff. I don't come in for that.
All right.
Unless I'm nominated, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I'm being serious.
No, I know.
I have said no to many things, but not enough. To your point, Lewis, yes.
Well, that's what I mean. Work is a different thing. You get a work request. Okay, maybe I have to. Maybe I have to do this.
But outside of work, I got to say no more often.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, what? When's your party? Oh, that's weird. I don't have anything
Well,
scheduled.
you know what
Yes, I
you know
do.
what these bastards do now, in an effort to make sure that I come. They quote unquote honor me, and you know me.
Well, are you kidding? That's like getting the dog to come inside.
Yeah. Like Vicky
Here we come.
Palladino put my face on the damn invitation. I'm coming. Okay, what Suzanne Miller's doing, there's no face on your invitation. I'm on Vicky's invitation. I'm coming. Chris Alenzo did the same thing. Metropolitan Club on the Upper East Side. I'm coming. Rich Lowry did the same thing at his own Christmas party at home. Isn't that true, Rich?
Our party is on December 11th, and you're invited, Sid. And I'm not making it up.
No, is it really December 11th, all kidding aside?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
He'll be there. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
He'll be there.
All right, I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Party, showing up at 11:30 at night.
Well, here's the thing. Will you provide a car?
No. I just take the subway.
Get the National Review pay for that, or what about an appearance fee if I show?
You know what? We'll make it an award ceremony and we'll nominate you for something. How about that?
Right, you got to honor me in some way, or meet at Kalari for a nice Greek lunch.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that place. My guy Stavros does a terrific job. They talk about Avra. I got news for you. Kalari is every bit as good. So how are you this morning, buddy?
I'm good. Who's in first place in the Metro?
What was that now?
This is like you asking me who's going to win the election.
Oh, right.
It's actually the Devils, but the Caps are just 1 point behind with 4 games in hand.
I know Washington is playing such good. I'm shocked. I mean, Devils. I know
most
we're good.
Goals in the NHL.
Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy, and the Rangers have been scuffling.
Yeah, they've not been great. They got up to a terrific start. They've not been great, and you start paying attention. You're not a very big football fan, are you?
No, I am.
Oh, you are?
It's just I'm a Titans fan, so the season ended a long time ago.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, they've been terrible for years. You know, I did see
Will Levis has showed flashes of brilliance, but
not really.
Hasn't been the man they're hoping for.
I watched a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. I think it was on Netflix. They did the Steve McNair story.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
End. I haven't. What a great player he was, though. A total gamer. But sad end.
Terrible. Came out of Alcorn State, took Tennessee to a Super Bowl, and murdered by his mistress in a murder-suicide just outside his sports bar in Tennessee. It's a terrible story.
Story. If they hadn't used a timeout early in the second half unnecessarily in that Super Bowl, they might have tied it at the end. There.
I was actually at that game. It was Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, Atlanta, 1999. I was working for a CBS Sportsline. We announced a deal right before the Super Bowl with MVP.com, owned at the time by Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, all those guys. In fact, we had a huge party Saturday night in downtown Atlanta. It was one of the worst weather Super Bowls ever, right there with Green Bay, Pittsburgh in the freeze in Texas. And I was at that game. I was sitting in the end zone where Mike A. Jones tackled Kevin Dyson inside the 1-yard line as time expired.
Yeah, was the Warner winning touchdown? Was that like a 70-yard strike?
Yes, Isaac Bruce. Yeah. Isaac Bruce in the fourth quarter. And that Ram team
Warner was at his height.
That Ram team should have won 10 Super Bowls. The problem is that was the Dick Vermeil coach Rams. He retired. He gave the football team to Mike Martz. Mike Martz forgot he had Marshall Faulk in the backfield, and he handed Tom Brady and the Patriots Tom Brady's first of 7 Super Bowl wins.
Oh, yeah. So I go back. I'm a Titans fan because I became a Houston Oilers fan. So I'll wear around town a Warren Moon jersey sometimes. Speaking of quarterbacks, he was so good.
Yeah, he was good.
A lot of people can't place it. They're like, is that a Dolphins jersey? You know, because
the blue,
that sky blue. Yeah, but it's a great uniform.
You know, one of the greatest games ever, Monday Night Football. Good morning, Soph. Was the Dolphins and Oilers, and that was a game where Earl Campbell
5 touchdowns for Earl Campbell.
Yeah,
or something.
And the quarterback back.
Watch the highlights of that game. It was so good.
Yeah,
the height of the Love You Blue era.
That's right. Bump Phillips was the coach, and the quarterback was before Warren Moon. It was a guy named Dan Pastorini.
Pastorini, of course. Yeah, he had quite a life. I shouldn't speak of him as though he's dead, but he became like a racer and married a Playboy model.
Yep.
And he lived the life.
He did live the life. Joe Biden is going to make sure that Hunter Biden lives the life because despite telling us every day, just about every day, for a very, very long time, that he was not going to pardon his son. And look, like I said 10 times yesterday, I would have done the same thing. What good father who loves their child is not going to pardon their child? What he should have said, I've said this for 2 straight days, is, look, let me cross that bridge when I get to it. But he was so adamant in saying no. He was so defiant in saying no that he comes off, maybe a good father, but once again, as a complete liar.
Yeah, totally. I wrote exactly the same thing in a column yesterday. You say, if you don't want to lie, You just say no comment, or I'm not going to get into a hypothetical, or I'll cross that bridge, right? Which is kind of a way of saying yes, but you haven't said it, so you have some deniability there. Instead, he just openly lied, blatantly, flagrantly lied, a lie that no one should have believed, but the Democrats on the media, in the media, totally swallowed and said this showed what a wonderful man he was and how much he believed in our institutions and norms. They built this castle of fantasy atop this ridiculous denial, and once again, he's made them all look like idiots.
What do you think about Tom Cotton? Tom Cotton has come out and said, don't kid yourself. One of the reasons why Joe Biden pardoned his son was because Trump nominated Kash Patel. Look at the timing. Trump nominates Kash Patel, who promises to rip everybody apart, and moments after that, Biden pardons his son. Do you agree with Tom Cotton that the Patel appointment may have been they broke the camel's back, the straw that broke it made him do that?
I think Trump could have said, I'm keeping Merrick Garland as my AG. And Biden would have pardoned Hunter.
I agree.
It's all about keeping his son from going to jail. And they've used the Kash Patel thing as an excuse, and maybe that's why it was so sweeping, right? It wasn't just for the crimes he was convicted for. It was other potential crimes in that period. So maybe that's a little Kash Patel protection, but he was going to keep him from going to jail. That was the prime motivation.
But
he
here's
would have done it. I would have done it. Any father would have done it.
Of course.
Just have the decency to say, I'm a dad, I couldn't handle it. Don't make up this thing about a selective prosecution, because it wasn't. They gave the guy every consideration. They tried to give him a corrupt plea deal that would have made this all go away until the judge blew it up.
Right. I mean, Dershowitz was on yesterday making the comparison to Trump. I said, Alan, here's the difference. They made up charges for Trump. These laws didn't even exist. This guy, Hunter Biden, he did break the law. He said, I'm not arguing that. He said, but if his name was Hunter Schwartz, it wouldn't have gotten this far. That seems to be some of the opinions on the left.
I think Hunter Schwartz, maybe on the gun thing, maybe that's a little on the cusp there, but it wasn't like he lied on the form and then locked away his gun. It was never heard from again in a safe, right? It ended up in a trash can at a school or near a school. But the tax stuff, Hunter Schwartz would have gone to jail for that, and much sooner it would have been charged and gone to jail. So it's not true that it was only a prosecution because his last name was Biden. It was only a public focus because his last name was Biden, and because, by the way, as I don't need to tell you, he only had the money to evade taxes on because all these foreign actors were throwing money at him because he was a Biden, right? Yeah. When you're an addict in the throes of addiction, you don't get high-paying board jobs, right? Your life's destroyed.
Yep.
It was the opposite
Tell me about
with him because it was a family influence peddling business.
That's true. You know, where Biden is also not that smart is if you're going to do it, if you're going to pardon your son, fantastic, God bless you. You know what he should have done, too? He should have pardoned Trump. He would have looked like $1 million today. I'm pardoning my son, but you know what? In all fairness, because I believe my son was targeted, go with that, that's fine. I believe Trump was targeted, too. I'm pardoning Donald Trump. How great would Joe Biden look today?
Yeah, and Trump would be furious about it, right? at least openly, right? Because it's kind of a combination of him, or says he'd be guilty of something. Yeah, I think that would have been a better move. You also, if you're shrewder, you would have worked your way. When this case started getting traction, you would have started pardoning people on gun charges, dubious gun charges, who are actually in jail, right? Because you're so committed to making sure that no one pays the price for a paperwork mistake, right? But he didn't do that either. All the pardon advocates who want people sprung from jail on this are shocked because all their cases, they're still lingering in jail and probably will never get out, but Hunter gets the pardon.
Talking about Trump for a second, I want to end with this. As a fighter for Israel, I've been there twice, and the guy I defended a guy on a subway train that was being harassed and physically threatened by an out-of-control. I'm going to say this because that's what the left does, by an out-of-control black guy. I'm out there every day defending the Jewish people. So when I hear Joe Biden stand up at a podium and go, those people outside, they've got a point. When I see Kamala Harris going to a sorority party instead of watching Bibi speak in front of Congress, it makes me nauseous. When I see Joe Biden walking around with a book that basically calls Israelis colonizers and criminals, under his, holding it in his hand after Thanksgiving, I get very angry. So here's Donald Trump comes out yesterday and says, here's the deal. If these hostages are not out by the time I take office, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm coming to kill you. That's all I ever wanted from the Biden. You know, stop sympathizing with the murderers and the rapists and all the bad guys. Just talk tough. It's the same thing with Eric Adams. I understand it's not his decision, right? At the end of the day, it's the governor's decision. It's the legislator's decision. But if Eric Adams will come out and say, hey, Andrea Stewart Cousins, hey, Carl Heastie, you're ruining my city, God damn it, I'd be happy. Talk tough matters when you're a politician. And Trump came out yesterday and said, I'm going to kill all of you, basically. How great was that?
Yeah, that's the voice of an American president who wants Americans back. It's just been shocking how little attention U.S. hostages held by a hideous terror group have gotten. And it's because Biden was so weak, Trump isn't. Now, look, maybe he's bluffing. I don't think he's bluffing. But if you're Hamas, do you want to take that bet?
Let me ask you, ask Soleimani's sister if he's bluffing.
Exactly. So there's a chance that he just shakes them loose without doing a thing except for that Truth Social post, which would be wonderful. Now, if they don't, then Hamas gets to find out on January 20th.
So I figured it out. I could do Suzanne Miller's party at 8, Vicky's party at 9.
You're rejiggering the whole schedule now.
Yeah, it could be by you by 10 o'clock. Does that work? Rich, I love you, pal. Great job.
All right,
you're the best. Thank you. There he is, the editor of the National Review. He really is a terrific guy. My friend Rich Lowry.
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.